85. Messed Up Life, Author's POV. Few years back, on graduation day, a very young Jackie was waiting for his father to come and attend the convocation event. "Why are you looking at the crowd again and again?" James asked his friend. "I'm not," Jackie denied, turning his face towards the stage. "Hey dude, he must be busy, chill." James clutched Jackie's right shoulder and shook him to make him feel better. Jackie gave a weak smile to his friend, and the ceremony began. After an hour, he received his degree and celebrated their last day at college with friends. While coming back from college, he got a call from his mother, but he just rejected it and didn't pick up her calls. When he reached home, he threw his degree and tossed his uniform on the floor. The mansion felt empty to him because he didn't see his father or mother there, only the servants and staff. He walked towards his room. When the cook asked if he wanted to eat something, he didn't reply and slammed the door of his room behind him. The staff knew how difficult it was becoming every day for him to grow up in a broken family. A few minutes later, one of the servants knocked at his door. "What?" An angry, enraged voice came out. "Sir, your mother is on the phone," the staff informed. "Tell her I am dead," he shouted furiously. "Sir, she has been calling you for the last few hours," the staff said. Jackie huffed and, a minute later, opened the door and took the cordless phone from the servant. "Yeah," he spoke on the phone. "Oh, Jackie, thank God you took the call." "What do you want?" he questioned with a very angry tone. "I know, baby. You are upset with me. I couldn't reach there. We were—" "Oh, please, Mom, I don't want to hear any explanations or excuses, yours or Dad's. You guys just don't care whether your son is dead or alive." Jackie cut her off. "Please, Jackie, don't say so. You have no idea what happened here. I don't even want to know. You and Dad don't exist for me anymore," he shouted on the phone. "Jackie, we were on our way to the airport, son," she said. "And what, you had an accident? The plane got canceled or it crashed? You almost died? But how are you alive then?" he spat back. But Jacqueline's silence said it all. After a minute, Jackie heard his mother crying. He didn't like it and then questioned, "What's it? Why didn't you care to come to your only son's big day, Mom? What was more important for you than this day?" Taking a moment, she answered, "Because we are in hospital." "What?" Jackie frowned. "You guessed right, Jackie. We did have an accident on the way to the airport. We almost died. We had injuries. Matt is still unconscious. He broke his shoulder." She started weeping. Jackie sat on the edge of his bed. Mommy, I am really sorry. I had no idea. I wanted to come, son. I really missed you, but fate didn't let me see you on your graduation day. I am so sorry," she said. "It's okay. It's not your fault. You tried, at least," Jackie replied. "Do you want me to come?" he offered. "If you can, please do. I really want to see you," she requested. "I will be there tomorrow, Mom," Jackie promised. "You should ask your dad first," she advised. "Seriously, Mom, I don't care about that man anymore. He's just a businessman, nothing else." "He must be busy, son. Just talk to him," she suggested. "You know him more than me, and you are still asking me to talk to him regarding this? Unbelievable. I'll be there tomorrow. Bye." Jackie hung up. The next day, Jackie packed his bags and was about to head downstairs when he saw David entering the big house early in the morning. Jackie clenched his jaw and walked faster, ignoring his presence. His father noticed him and asked, glancing at his watch, "Hey, why are you up so early?" "Thank God, at least you remembered to glance at your high-end wristwatch finally," Jackie taunted. He noticed David carrying a backpack. "You're going somewhere?" "Oh, like you care," Jackie huffed. "Look, I'm not in the mood to tolerate your tantrums right now. Give me proper answers," David warned. "Who's asking you to? My decisions don't depend on your moods. My life, my choices, my decisions." "Jackie, you have no idea what you're saying. In the future, you'll land yourself in trouble because of this kind of behavior. Don't do something you'll regret later," he said. "You know what I regret the most in my life? Not being able to live with my mom and living in this big hell with you?" Jackie furiously walked past him. "Hey, don't you dare talk to me like that ever again. I'm your father, you got that? David shouted as Jackie stood by the door. All the staff and servants came out to witness the scene. "Father?" Jackie chuckled and turned to look at him. "You're a father? Really? Since when? I've never seen you involved in my life. You never attended any of my PTAs in high school, never cared whether I had my dinner or lunch. In what way are you my dad? You call yourself a father, and you didn't even care to come to my college yesterday. It was the biggest day of my life. And you call yourself my dad?" He chuckled again. "You're just a famous, successful businessman, Mr. David Dawson. Nothing more than that. You know who my real dads are. The staff who work here in this mansion all day. They are my fathers, not you. You were never a dad to me. They at least cared enough to wish me. And you even forgot to congratulate me." He paused, then questioned as David stood confused. "Confused? Well, FYI, I'm a graduate now. Surprised?" He huffed. "Thanks for your congratulations, dear Dad. Thanks for being such a great father." Jackie spat the harsh words and rushed out to get into the car. "Take me to the airport, John," Jackie ordered the driver, and he obeyed. David Dawson stood there as if he had been bitten by a scorpion. He couldn't think of how to fix this mistake. He realized he had been terribly careless about what was happening in his son's life. It was Jackie's graduation day, and he had forgotten to attend. For David, it was the saddest moment of his life. A bitter reminder that, being so consumed by work, he was losing everything, one by one. First his wife, and now his only son. "This is not done. I made a mistake, he's right. I have never been a good dad to him. I'm just a good businessman. What should I do now?" "He left without even telling me, Singh," David said on the phone, feeling deeply disappointed with himself. "I understand, sir. Young boys are very impulsive. They sometimes say words that hurt their parents." "But did you find out where he went?" Balram asked. "Yeah. The staff overheard him telling his mother about going there, to San Diego, but then, I don't know. What if he doesn't come back?" David expressed his fears. "It's okay, sir. He's with his mother. You don't need to worry. He'll be back soon. Give him some time and you just take some rest. It's been a long day for you at the office. Tomorrow you have more work to finish. Till then, let him cool down a little. When he comes back, just give him a fresh start," Balram suggested. "You're a very good advisor, Singh, both at work and here at home too. Thanks for being such a good friend." David smiled and left for work. None of them had any idea what was going to happen next. Jackie went to San Diego, met Jacqueline, and helped in every possible way. Matt was unconscious, and before he could wake up, Jackie had already decided to come back. He spent the whole day with his mother in the hospital. "You didn't ask him, did you?" Jacqueline asked while sitting on a bench next to Jackie. "Who are you talking about, Mom?" Jackie avoided mentioning his father. "You very well know who I'm talking about," she replied. "But why?" he asked stubbornly. "Why what?" she frowned. "You know that I'm not interested in discussing this. Then why do you always bring him up every time?" he questioned frankly. "Look, Jackie, your father and I had some compatibility issues. That's why we couldn't stay together. It was my choice to marry him, and it was also my decision to walk away. But you are his only son, his blood. He's not your father by choice, but by fate and by birth. You can't choose to break away from him. No matter what, you will always be his son. People will know you as David Dawson's son, Jackie Dawson. You can't change the truth," she explained. "I wish I could, because, Mom, I don't want to be known as David Dawson's son. I am me, Jackie, only Jackie," Jackie argued. "Learn to be a little patient, son, or else you'll lose the good things in life," she advised. "Oh, stop this lecture, Mom. You got away from him. You were smart and lucky. I'm stuck with the same man who never had time for you, and the same thing is happening to me. He'll never change, and I'm so helpless that I can't even run away like you did," Jackie snapped back, which deeply offended his mother. Jackie knew the words he spoke were the truth, but harsh towards Jacqueline. Though he felt guilty for hurting his mother, he never knew how to apologize or say sorry. That night, he took his flight back to San Francisco, unaware that someone was desperately trying to contact him. Unfortunately, his phone was on flight mode. Later that night, when he reached home, He found the staff gathered around, gossiping about something. They all turned to look at Jackie with very sympathetic expressions. "What, you guys gonna just stand there like dummies or take my luggage?" Jackie ranted at them. Hurriedly, one of the staff members came and took his bag. He was rushing towards the staircase when something bothered him. "What are you all doing here at this hour? Haven't you gone back to the staff quarters?" he asked. Jackie, sir." One of the oldest staff members stammered. "What? Speak out loud," he said, looking annoyed. "Dawson, sir, is no—" The staff member choked. "Hello. I don't want to hear anything about your Dawson, sir. Keep it to yourself." Jackie snapped, clenching his jaw as he started climbing the staircase. "Dawson, sir, is no more, sir," another staff member hurriedly blurted out. Jackie froze halfway up the stairs. He didn't move an inch. His body has been taken to the hospital. They will do the postmortem. Your phone was unreachable. Everyone was trying to contact you," the staff member stammered. Jackie huffed, gave a short, bitter chuckle, and then suddenly started coughing vigorously. He sat down heavily on one of the steps, feeling as if the ground had been ripped away from beneath him. The kitchen boy rushed to fetch water for him, while the loyal staff members could do nothing but shed tears at the young boy's condition. Before the kitchen boy could reach him, Jackie stood up and ran towards the door to get to the car. John, the middle-aged driver, quickly followed, trying to take the boy to his late father. By the time Jackie reached the hospital, the media had already crowded the place. The hospital was filled with employees of D. Dawson, people who had known David, and a swarm of journalists. Jackie was nearly swallowed by the media frenzy, but was carefully escorted inside. He didn't know how to react, whether to cry or to be frightened by the flood of questions and microphones thrust at him. It was a deeply traumatic moment for the young boy as he saw his father's body lying inside a freezer. He remembered the last words he had thrown at his father. "Thanks for being a great father." The taunting sentence echoed endlessly in his head. "We'll have to take him to the forensic department now," a doctor announced. They wheeled the freezer away, and Jackie could only stare blankly at the empty space it left behind. The cops soon arrived and began questioning everyone, including the employees from D. Dawson's office and the staff from Dawson Mansion. They thoroughly searched David's office and found his mobile phone. When they revealed that his last calls had been made only to his son, it crushed Jackie even more. His father had been trying to reach him in his final moments of pain, but Jackie had been on a flight, unreachable. The truth would scar him for life, that his father had died alone in his favorite place, his office, while no one was there to help him. The building had been empty except for a few security guards outside. David Dawson had suffered all alone, trying to contact the only person he needed, but Jackie was unavailable. It became a day Jackie would never dare forget. He still clung to the faint hope that it was all just a nightmare. The memory of their final confrontation stung as bitterly as the loss itself. Jackie performed all the funeral rituals for his father. His mother knew how deeply disturbed he was, but with her husband still in hospital, she couldn't stay with Jackie for long. Life, which had never been easy for Jackie, now felt almost unbearable, made worse by the relentless attention of the media. All the responsibilities fell onto his shoulders overnight. It was the biggest and scariest change of his life. Present day. "Mr. Dawson, are you okay?" Lavanya asked, noticing he was lost in thought while driving. "Mr. Dawson?" she said again, shaking his shoulder lightly, which made him wince. "Are you okay?" she repeated, her voice now filled with more seriousness. Instead of saying anything, Jackie simply nodded. He knew he had never received anything easily, except money. How would a lonely mother manage to speak to a girl's parents about her only son's marriage? Mom had never really been part of all the phases of my growing up. How would she manage to talk about me to other people? Jackie's mind was consumed by thoughts of the upcoming meeting between Lavanya's parents and his mother. "See you tomorrow, Mr. Dawson." Lavanya waved before getting out of the car. After dropping her off, Jackie turned his car towards his duplex, parked, and knocked on the door. "Coming, sir," Jamal called from inside. The moment the door opened, Jackie stepped in and immediately noticed his mother sitting at the dining table. But then his gaze shifted to a man seated beside her, who turned to face him. "Matt? What is he doing here?" Jackie was startled to see his mother's husband, his stepfather, sitting next to Jacqueline. Jacqueline quickly stood up and approached her son. "We wanted to surprise you, son," she said warmly. Jackie blinked rapidly, still stealing glances at Matt every other second. "Well, I'm more than just surprised," he managed. "I know. If you're feeling uncomfortable, I can leave tomorrow," Matt offered gently, stepping forward. No, I mean, Balram mentioned there would be a surprise, but I wasn't expecting you to accompany Mom," Jackie admitted honestly. "You're very welcome to stay. I'm overwhelmed to see you both." Feeling awkward, he shifted the conversation. Jamal, I'm hungry. Please serve dinner," he ordered, looking at the teenage boy, then turned back to his mother. "Mom, I'll just take a quick shower and join you. Please start if you're hungry." "We were waiting for you. Come soon," Jacqueline said with a smile. Jackie nodded and headed upstairs. That night, they enjoyed a hearty Indian dinner, suggested by Jackie. Although they loved the food, they found it a bit heavy for dinner. They even stared at Jackie with wide eyes as he eagerly ate, savoring every bite as though it were the best meal he had ever had. "You really love Indian cuisine, don't you?" Jacqueline asked, amused. Jackie looked up at her, then briefly at Matt. Yeah. Most restaurants here don't serve authentic Indian food. Jamal cooks really well. Balram told me that even in popular Indian restaurants you won't find this kind of homely taste. Lavanya's mom also cooks really, really well. And so does Lavanya," he said with a small smirk. "I can see that," Jacqueline teased, glancing at his empty plate. They all chuckled. Jackie then briefly shared about Lavanya's parents, his Indian driver, and other key staff members. But the moment he mentioned Balram's name, his mother suddenly choked on her water. Mom, are you all right? Here, drink this," Jackie said urgently, handing her a glass of water. She gratefully accepted it. "Don't mention that man's name for a few days. Your mother is still traumatized." Matt chuckled. "What? What did he do?" Jackie asked, puzzled. "Is that guy even normal?" Jacqueline muttered, still catching her breath. After a brief silence, Jackie pieced together what must have happened, and suddenly burst into laughter, clutching his stomach. Jacqueline scolded him for laughing nonstop, but Jackie couldn't help imagining how Balram must have welcomed them. The thought made him laugh even harder. "Mr. Dawson's mother!" Jackie laughed, repeating the way Balram had written it on the board, and how he had greeted them, as Matt animatedly described it. Jackie hadn't laughed so much in a long time, not even back in California with his own people. For Jacqueline, seeing her son laugh so freely was a wonderful, heartwarming sight. For the first time in many years, Jackie truly experienced a warm family dinner with his mother. The next morning, Jackie received a text from Lavanya, informing him that her father would be coming to invite them for lunch. A few hours later, Lalit arrived and introduced himself at the door. I'm Lavanya's father," he said politely. "I'm Matt Jones, Jackie's stepfather, and this is his mother, Jacqueline," Matt replied, shaking hands with him. When Lalit's eyes glanced around, searching for Jackie, Jacqueline smiled and explained, "Jackie's still upstairs. He was really exhausted yesterday from all the meetings." "Oh, I see. Well, I'm here to welcome you to our country, India. My wife has given me strict instructions to personally invite you all for a family lunch," Lalit said warmly. "We'll be expecting the three of you during lunch hours." Matt smiled and said kindly, "But you really don't have to go to so much trouble. We're being well looked after. Young Jamal, the chef, is taking excellent care of our meals. Please don't bother yourselves on our account." Lalit shook his head, still smiling. "No trouble at all. We Indians love hosting our guests. It's in our blood. We live for moments like these. To prepare a good meal and feed our guests is a great joy for us." Then he leaned closer and whispered with a wink, "Plus, it means I get to enjoy some special dishes myself." Jacqueline, caught a bit off guard, stammered, "That's very wonderful to know." Matt quickly finished for her, laughing nervously. Lalit pressed his palms together respectfully. "Please do come, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. We'll be delighted to have you with us." With another handshake to Matt, he took his leave. Later, over breakfast, Jackie asked, "He was here?" "Yes, you were still in the shower," Jacqueline replied. Jackie nodded slowly, clearly lost in thought. "What is it?" his mother asked, easily reading his face. Jackie hesitated, then spoke quietly. "Mom, what will you say if they ask about my messed up life?" His voice was filled with anxiety about his past. Jacqueline exchanged a quick glance with Matt before turning back to her son. "Son, love doesn't see all those things," she said gently. "And as for her parents, I don't believe they are the type to judge you based on your past. Please stop blaming yourself and him. It's time to move on." She placed a comforting hand on Jackie's left shoulder. "He's at peace now, watching over you. Be good to everyone, forgive those who hurt you. That's how you'll make him proud. And me, too." Jackie nodded slowly, feeling the weight of her words. He thought of his late father and whispered, "I wish Dad was here. But thank you, Matt, for coming. It really fills the void. I'm truly grateful." "Don't be," Matt said, shaking his head kindly. "It's my happiness too. It's the least I could do." Meanwhile, at Lavanya's home, discussions were underway about the upcoming meeting. "Let's just greet them in their style, with a handshake," Sudha, Lavanya's mother, suggested. Lavanya sat quietly, hiding her smile behind her hand. "Sudha, they are in India," Lalit said gently. "We should welcome them in our way, show them our culture and traditions." No, let's not make them uncomfortable. It's our responsibility to make them feel homely," Sudha said firmly. "Lonely?" Lalit asked, puzzled, leaning in to make sure he heard her correctly. "Homely," Sudha and Lavanya said loudly in unison. Sudha frowned at her husband. "What has happened to your ears?" Sorry, Lalit chuckled, raising his hands in surrender. "It just sounded like that." "Unbelievable," she muttered, shaking her head before shooting a knowing look at her daughter and heading toward the kitchen. "He is definitely going to create a scene," she whispered under her breath. "No, I won't. I said I'm sorry, Sudha. Sudha!" Lalit called after her in an adorable tone, but she pointedly ignored him. Lavanya pressed her lips together, struggling not to laugh as her father shrugged helplessly. Just after noon, the doorbell rang, and Sudha rushed towards it. "Relax, Sudha," Lalit said, walking behind her, trying to sound calm even though he was equally nervous. When she opened the door, there stood Jackie Dawson along with his mother and stepfather. The moment they laid eyes on each other, Jacqueline and Matt smiled warmly and greeted them with a polite "Namaste," joining their palms together. Meanwhile, Lalit and Sudha, forgetting their earlier conversation, greeted back with a cheerful "Hello." Then, almost immediately realizing the mismatch, the Indian couple quickly joined their palms in Namaste, while the American couple, following their original plan, reached out for a handshake. For a few seconds, it was pure chaos. Jackie, standing behind his mother, rolled his eyes discreetly. Lavanya, hiding behind her father, slapped her forehead in silent embarrassment. The young ones exchanged glances, silently wondering how on earth the conversation would flow from here.